This is insane. Look at that giant hole right
Today I'm at Pathum Speedway, about an hour north of Bangkok, with a very, very controversial car. If you've been on the internet the past couple weeks, you've probably seen this R35 GTR upsetting a lot of people. But the reality of the situation is, if you couldn't tell by the giant decals on the door, it's not real. It's a fake GTR. My friend Frank has built this car and an insane Nissan Safiro drift car. Today, I'm gonna show you both cars and catch a ride here at Pathum Speedway. Allow me to give you some context. A few weeks ago, I was at the Connection Thailand car meet and I saw Frank's R35 there. I didn't post it in the actual video, but I put a clip on my Instagram stories of me walking around the car. The hood was popped and you saw the RB26 underneath the hood. This video was screenshotted and posted to Instagram pages and Facebook groups all over the internet. People were outraged. How dare you yank the legendary VR38 out of that car and put in the boat anchor inline 6 RB. But despite the giant decal on the door, they just couldn't understand the concept that this is not a real R35 GTR. It's actually a Nissan Safiro. That thing is crazy. Frank has just converted the entire exterior to an R35. And what's crazy about this car is I was trying to pick out what components on this car were real R35 GTR and which ones were replica. The front lip is actual real R35 GTR. So is the headlights. So is the hood. The door, the side mirrors, the side glass, the gas cap, and the tail lights. Everything else on this car is replica R35 GTR body components and panels, which is just insane to me. And it's going to confuse so many people because it's like, why would you put all this work into building this car? But you have to remember, here in Thailand, there's a 300% import duty tax on all cars. So a brand new R35 GTR here in Thailand is over 400,000 US dollars. But for under $50,000, Frank built his own GTR, and it's a manual and rear wheel drive. But a question a lot of you guys are gonna have about the R35 is the engine and transmission. So FYI, it's an RB26 out of an R32 GTR. And for the transmission, he's using an RB25 transmission, so it's rear wheel drive. But okay, let's talk about the Safiro. And then we're gonna go for some rides. Before we get too deep into this build, I wanna take a second to say thank you to NordVPN, who is today's video sponsor.
And we have a special deal for you. If you go to nordvpn.com/cbmedia or use my coupon code, which is cbmedia at checkout, you're gonna get a free month on a 2-year plan, plus a special gift to celebrate Nord's 10th anniversary. NordVPN is something I use on a daily basis because it allows me to access websites and pieces of content that I love from my home country, but for some reason are blocked outside of the US. And also, it's something that you just really need to protect your internet data. And when it comes to that, NordVPN has recently stepped it up by implementing threat protection. So you no longer need 2 pieces of software, antivirus and a VPN. Everything is built in with NordVPN. And this is totally game changing. If you plan to travel in 2022 or you just really care about your general internet safety and protecting your data, which you should, go to nordvpn.com/cbmedia or use my coupon code, which is cbmedia at checkout. And again, you'll get an additional month for free on your 2-year plan, plus a special gift from NordVPN. Thank you to NordVPN for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to the drifting.
I don't know how many times I have to repeat myself and tell you guys that the go-to cheap budget car here in Thailand for all types of motorsports is the Nissan Safiro, but this one is definitely different and original because the entire front end is from a Nissan Versa. And I want to show you something else. Look at that rear end. Look really, really hard at that rear end. That kind of sounded a little weird, but seriously, anyway, does this look familiar to you? It should if you're a fan of the triplets, the FRS, the BRZ, and the GT86, because this rear bumper, the trunk, the wing, and this entire rear quarter panel is from a GT86. They just widened it a little bit, and the taillights are also from a Nissan Versa. This Zafiro is definitely a total shit show of a bunch of different parts, but that's what makes it so special. It even translates under the hood because it has a JZ. 2 JZ bottom end, 1 JZ top end, and this is Frank's absolute dedicated drift car that he competes in the drift series here in Thailand. Check out the roof on this thing. It's all plexiglass. And the reason Frank did this was because, well, this car was not in good condition when he bought the car. The entire roof was rusted out, so he chose just to cut it out and cover it with plexiglass. So guys, you're gonna notice the gold here, right here, and on the doors right here, Tuner Concept. Frank actually owns this suspension company, and they manufacture coilovers here locally in Thailand. It's a Thai company that makes coilovers. And if you know anything about the roads of Bangkok, he's probably doing good business because, man, this city destroys suspension components. Yeah, so if you're local, you need some springs or shocks or a set of coilovers for your car, check out Tuner Concept. So we're gonna be honest with you. We don't know if the fake GTR can actually drift. I mean, theoretically, it should. I mean, it's like a 600 horsepower RB26, rear-wheel drive, manual transmission with a Zafiro chassis. So technically, I mean, it should drift, but we're not sure. So we're gonna save that till last. First, we're gonna jump in the Zafiro and go kill some tires. Let's do this thing, baby. Let's go. Oh yeah.
Watch out for the bars. I think you can slide the chair back a little bit.
Okay. Do you actually have seatbelts in here, Frank? Not for me?
Yeah, not for you.
Welcome to Thailand.
I'm afraid.
Oh God.
I used to have it, but I was servicing the car,
Doesn't surprise me
and you know, to get back to do any service, I have to take the chair out. So yeah, that's what happens when you try to convert 4-door to 2-door.
So Frank has seatbelts, but I don't. Also, no helmet. Chef too?
Oh, and it hit the...
Oh, that's what happened. Holy shit.
คือกรออยู่ไหมพี่กรอมันไม่ขึ้นไงก็ค่อยๆปล่อยแต่ว่าพัดมันสูงพี่ผมน่าจะไม่ชินอ่ะเพราะปกติมันต่ำมากไง
Okay, you guys gotta look at this. This is insane. Look at that giant hole right there. Yeah, that's not supposed to be there. So basically what happened is the drive shaft failed, and when that happened, it hit this reservoir, shot the cap off of it, then shot fluid all over both me and Frank. And yeah, the shit I do for this YouTube channel. Take 2 is in the fake GTR. Take 2, baby! Zafiro number 2. You have a seatbelt in this one?
No,
No.
none.
You don't either, so I feel better.
Almost had it.
Need that angle.
past couple weeks about this car, let me ask you a question. You still mad, bro? If you are, let me know in the comments below, and I don't know, we can argue about it or something. Regardless, I appreciate your support. Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end, and I'll catch you in another video very soon. Peace.